Dom takes front row, mic's hot, no filter, watch your brain cells go. You hit rec and say, bro, it's just jokes. We hit upload, roast you in slow-mo. Every weak thought, every fake deep line. We keep score, you keep crying online. It's Slapchat Live, where your bad ideas die. You talk, we fry, cook you well done, no lie. It's Slapchat Live, if you're fragile, don't subscribe. Open mouth, fine, we turn your feet into a crime. You say both sides, trying to sound wise. We hear I'm scared, see it in your eyes. You bring big words, you don't understand. We bring receipts, beat you with your own brand. You flex followers, bots in the back. We flex facts plus a personal attack. You want a safe space, better log off quick. Here every week, gas tank gets hit. It's Slapchat Live, where your bad ideas die. You talk, we fly, cook you well done, no lie. It's Slapchat Live, if you're fragile, don't subscribe. Open mouth, fine, we turn your feet into a crime. Say something dumb, get slapped, have big thought, it's cap, that's cap. You wanted clout, now you're clipped on a loop. Star of the show as the villain trope. It's Slapchat Live, where your bad ideas die. You talk, we fry, cook you well done, no lie. It's Slapchat Live, if you're fragile, don't subscribe. Open mouth, fine, we turn your feet into a crime.
What is going on, people? Welcome to Slapchat Live. I am your host, Terry Dunning, coming to you live from the Las Vegas Strip. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I would want to say right off the bat, man, thank you to all my new followers over on Facebook. Man, Facebook is kicking ass over there. You guys are helping me build a brand. I can honestly say when I Google my name now or Beyond the Slap, I'm amazed at the shit that comes up now, and you guys are helping me grow. So thank you all that have just started following me, all the new followers, as well as the people who have been following me from the beginning. I can't thank you guys enough. Now, I do want to get in. I got a couple things to talk about tonight. Not a lot of big gossip. Some of it you guys already know. But I do want to cover the upcoming events that we have going on in case people are unfamiliar or don't know yet. Of course, we got Power Slap Live on April 17th. But we also have Brit Slap 8, which is their 8th event. And that's taking place on the 25th, the week after. That's going to be a good event. I'm already hearing a couple great matches coming out of that, as well as I'm interviewing somebody that's making their debut over there. So this coming week. So definitely want to put that on your calendar. Again, April 25th, Brit Slap 8. And I've spoken to JT Tilly. I can't say too much, but JT Tilly has got something great in the works, people. Don't worry, Slap Fight Championship is still around. JT Tilly's been super, super busy. Of course, he's got to deal with Prime, and he's got other sports and stuff at the PLN network. But I have spoken to JT Tilly, and Slap Fight Championship does have something really cool in the works that they should be talking about probably within the next few weeks to a month. I just don't want to release it yet, but the details I've heard are fucking amazing, and I think you guys are going to love it. And I will say this, I can leak this. It is very social media friendly in the sense of how people would be involved in their next event. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Again, that's Slap Fight Championship. And there's no date set for that yet, as far as I know. And if there is, JT Tilly has kept it a secret. So I do not know it myself. Let's see. Now, the first 3 months of this year have been fucking brutal, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a brutal year for the sport. And if you've been following this platform where we talk about shit kind of behind the scenes and stuff that other platforms won't talk about, then you already know it's been a rough year. I've reported 3 deaths so far in the first 3 months. 2 of them occurred in the same week, the week of Fight Week. So it has been a brutal year. Of course, we got Crazy Hawaiian, who's in jail, and the reason why I bring up his name and and him in particular, is because he is big in this sport as far as a fan base. Whether you like him or not, Crazy Hawaiian is big in this sport, and he did contribute from the beginning. And I'm not praising Crazy Hawaiian, just to be clear. But that also puts a damper on this sport at the beginning. So people, if you're watching this platform, man, the way you represent yourself definitely makes an impact on the sport and the way people see the sport. So if you don't mind for the sport, if you really care about it, start representing well. Simple things as making waves, all the way up to how you act in public. We've had people doing standoffs in grocery stores with police, and I won't mention names. There's been some crazy shit in the sport, and we really need you people as athletes and representative of the sport to step up your game. There's some great ones out there. Nate Bernard. Again, Babyface even represents the sport well. You got Ron Beta, Damien. There's people that represent it well, but there's people that are making it look fucking bad. And reporting deaths is bad enough. That's something I dreaded doing. When they had to report 3 this year, it was not fun. But then when I got people that are clowning and doing shit like what the Crazy Hawaiian's doing right now, it makes it so much harder because you got people that don't want me talking about it, but people have a right to know. So I just want to put that out there, man. Start representing this sport in a way it could really use. Right now, we are losing fans over this shit, and I'm not going to keep it secret because if I don't report it, Fox Fox News will be reporting this shit eventually. Now this one's gonna offend people, in particular management companies, and it's not a personal attack at any company that is managers to fighters. But I was asked by a new fighter this week, what are my thoughts on managers and management in this sport? Man, I will say this. I will put it out there first. I know every promoter, every in the sport from every promotion. And I will say, I only know one promotion that will even deal with fighters who are represented by a manager. There's only one, and that's Power Slap. I will not lie. My personal opinion, these fighters don't need a manager. And again, this is not a knock. I know there's some people out there representing, and Curtis Williams is one, and there's other people out there that represent some great athletes. But my personal opinion, I do not like managers or management for slap fighters. One, because it takes away from the fighter's purse, and fighters don't need that. Not this early in the game. Uh, and I don't know what fight management really does for these fighters. Honestly, uh, do they get fighters booked anymore? I would say no, absolutely not. They may get you personal events, at personal appearances and shit like that. But as far as booking, I can't see how having a manager would help you. And if it does, that would be some shady shit. Because to me, this is a performance based sport and it should go on how you perform. And if you perform well, you don't need a manager. They're going to fucking book you. That's just how it is. And that's my opinion on it. Again, that's not a knock at any manager covering this sport. But I don't agree with the managers and management covering these fighters. And I do know that every promotion I've spoken to says they won't deal with a fighter's manager at all, except for Power Slap. Now, there is a fighter that I do want to talk about, and in a good way, because I don't always sit here and bash fighters. Just to be clear, I take the good and the bad, and I talk about it. There's a fighter who, in the past, I took it personal, and to this day I do. He was the only fighter to pull down all my interviews on fear that he wouldn't get booked, and I've stated to him personally how I feel. But I will say this: there's a fighter out there who's really putting in some work right now, and he deserves to be recognized, whether he likes his platform or not. Tyler Gross, he's won a few and he's lost a few, but that motherfucker right now is a monster. If you haven't seen his social media to see how he started in this sport and where he's at now, I know muscle doesn't mean everything in the sport. You can have all the muscle in the world get knocked the fuck out, but if anybody's putting in work right now that stands out, in my opinion, I would say Tyler Gross. He's that dude's making some noise over there quietly as possible. So, Tyler, if you're watching this, man, you and I do not get along on a personal level, you know, but I will say you are putting in some fucking work, and huge props to you for doing that. Now, I know a lot of people are tuning in for this next thing I talk about, and I will say this: if you have if you're close to a Crazy Hawaiian, you're easily offended. You may want to go ahead and tune out right now. I'm not offended. I'd rather you tune out than sit here and get offended and then go back and try and boycott this platform, because we've seen what happens when people try and boycott this platform. They're disappearing quick. But everybody's wanting to know about the Crazy Hawaiian situation. I got a few things to talk about with the Crazy Hawaiian that some of you may already know. His next appearance will be April 24th. He is in jail still. And the more I hear about this guy, the more I would say I'm happy he's there. And it sucks because this guy was a hero to a lot of people, including some kids in the sport. And everybody knows that there is some kids that continually come to these events. And the Crazy Hawaiian was one of these kids' heroes, man. But he is in jail right now till the 24th. But I did speak to a member of Vern White's family. And man, I have had so many messages along the way for the past few months when Crazy was staying with Vern White about how he was being taken advantage of and stuff. I don't get in people's personal business like that inside their home per se. If Vern White was okay with it. If Vern White was okay, I spoke to Vern and he was okay. He was happy. Crazy was there. But I am hearing now from the family that he was taken advantage of. Vern White, had some medical issues. He wasn't all there to begin with. In his older age, if you will, he I think he suffered a stroke or something. But he was the most friendly guy in the sport that the sport has seen. And people have kept telling me Crazy is taking advantage of this guy. He's taking advantage of this guy. Well, I've heard from the family, and I will say this without revealing too much of our private conversation. They are very happy Koa is in jail too. They are just disappointed that Malaya isn't with them. And for a family to say that about somebody who their brother was taken care of, that they know some stuff that I just do not want to release. And I don't need to release at this point because Koa is where he belongs. But the family did talk to me. And with that said, I do want to let you guys know other people have asked me who is controlling the social media for Vern White. I can honestly tell you guys that at this point, Vern's family has taken control of his social media, and they've done some very great work for him to be memorized, if you will. If you haven't been to a social media page, definitely go check it out, in particular on Facebook. But people, Vern White, his page is taken care of. His family is in control of everything in Vern White's name at this point. I don't need to receive any message anymore. You guys don't need to worry about that. Not that I have a problem with you all messaging me, but the Vern White situation is taken care of by his family at this point. Speaking of Vern White, and I only got a couple more things to talk about, and I will let you guys go. Speaking of Vern White, if you haven't seen, Vern White will be making the Hall of Fame this year at this year's Slappy Awards 2026. Vern White didn't actually slap fight. He did actually get registered with the Athletic Commission and was on his way to actually make his first appearance on the stage at a Power Slap event when he was tragically killed. But Vern White will be inducted into the Hall of Fame this year for his contributions to the sport. I've had many, many people ask me and tell me, hey, he should. Will he be? To answer your question, Vern White will for sure be inducted into the Hall of Fame Contributors Wing this year at the Slappy Awards. Lastly, last thing I do want to cover, and it involves the Slappy Awards. I want to let you guys know the first nominee for the 26 Hall of Fame for this year's Slappy Awards. And this guy's done a lot. For those that haven't followed the sport from the beginning, he at one point owned his own slap promotion, Cactus Slap. He was badly ripped off, actually, and I won't get into too many details, but let's just say Koa and Koa's friend, who owned another promotion called Skin Check, actually ripped this guy off in the past and ripped him off so bad that Cactus Slap is no longer, couldn't afford to be after being ripped off by Koa and a friend of his. And that person that's the first nominee for the 2026 Hall of Fame is going to be Okuma 915 out of Slap Fight Championship. So if you see Kuma or you hit his page, let him know that he is the first nominee for this year's Hall of Fame. With that said, I'm going to let you guys bounce. Sorry this one's so short, man. Again, I've been releasing a lot of the information throughout the week, so not a lot to talk about. You guys know a lot of it, but for those that haven't followed Now you know. With that said, I will be dropping information throughout the week. You guys have a kick-ass week, and we will see you guys soon.
Joe's girl got a belly that Joe's Wayne Moons is the king of the facts, yeah, he's got the groove. Sits in his chair, puffing clouds to the moon. His laugh's like thunder, you can hear it boom. Chunky Terry's got the mic, watch him go. Lighten up the truth while smoke billows slow. Making competition look dumb on the show. Chunky Terry's groove, baby, don't you know? Hell dig through the dirt, find the gold in the grime. He's the Sherlock of podcasts, solving truths in no time. Got a joke for the jokers, a burn for the fools. Terry's the professor, rewriting the rules. He's got that wit, sharper than a blade. Takes no prisoner.